So just start?
Yeah.
Turtleback Mountain. I have PTSD and I don't think I'll ever recover. It was the single most challenging thing I've ever worked on, and I don't think I stand alone. When I started at the San Juan Preservation Trust, I was told very clearly, both within the organization and people on the street that were meeting me and finding out my new job, that Turtleback Mountain was the most important property in the San Juan Islands. It was owned by the Medina Foundation. The executive director of the Medina Foundation was an old friend of mine. Friday afternoon in August in 2005, I got a phone call. I picked up and she said, "Oh, Tim, I was hoping to leave you a message." And I said, "Well, I'm here. Why did you call?" And she said, "Well, it was kind of a courtesy to let you know that we're going to be putting Turtleback on the market in the morning." So I hung up the phone and our life changed.
I just remember the energy with our board, with our staff, everybody just, getting down and saying, "Oh my gosh, what an opportunity, we have to do this." And everyone just digging in and putting the elbow grease in, putting in all the hard work. Of course, it was 2006, real estate boom happening, and so, the threat of development was huge.
We had access to $12.5 million. We had to come up with $18.5 million with your $17 million property, and then we had all these expenses that we were incurring, and including future stewardship, so it added up to $18.5 million. So we were $6 million short. This was an organization that's largest fundraising campaign up to that point had been $750,000. So we brought together the board, and we found a partner in Trust for Public Lands who was willing to give our board a little courage. And we went out to the community and we brought in a steering committee, a group of people that represented all facets of mostly Orcas Island. And we decided to just go for it. We had so many different organizations and individuals that would bite off little pieces of this whole thing, often come up with new ideas and run with them without us even knowing about them. Kids having little bake sales at school and that kind of thing. It caught on like wildfire and it was so much fun. The staff was just holding on for dear life as the community took it and ran with it. And I know, speaking for me, and I think the entire staff, I averaged 100-hour weeks for about 14 months. And we just went for it. It's the organization's greatest accomplishment and certainly mine.
Turtleback was orders of magnitude larger than anything we had done previous to that. It really taught us that we could do big things. In the next 10 years, we got Vendovi Island, campaign on Lopez, Mount Grant happened, we got Red Mill Farm, we took on Waldron Island preserves from the Nature Conservancy. These are all huge projects that I think we would have been pretty hesitant to do. The really important thing that came out of that was bringing our relationship to the land bank to a new level. We were total, co-partners in making Turtleback happen. There's no way it would have happened without the public and the private money. And that model has served us so well since then. It's been repeated over and over again.
It was dramatic from the beginning to the end. And then it all kind of just went quiet. Ever since then, since we acquired that property, people remind me about it. I'll get notes from somebody saying, "Oh, I went jogging up there and was thinking of you," and I love that. I've only been back once, I think, since we acquired it. Just knowing it's there, standing over us, is all we need, and certainly all I need. I love to hear that people are enjoying it, but I also just like looking over and seeing it quietly at sunset. The San Juan Preservation Trust is not in a position to realize community dreams without Turtleback Mountain. Turtleback Mountain, it changed everything for the organization and for the community. The community now believes in the Preservation Trust, and the Preservation Trust believes in itself. And without that project, I just don't see anything else that could have taken this organization to where it is today. And I'm really proud that I was there for a little blip of time when that all came together.